and welcome to Social Live. We have a great show for you today. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Before we jump in and talk about all of the latest trending social media news, and we have a lot of it today, we do want to send our heartfelt condolences to everyone who was affected by the horrible tragedy in Las Vegas over the past few days. It's just been very hard for so many people to deal with all of these horrible things that have been happening, and we are just sending our love to everyone. And social media has really played a big part in everything, being able to help bring people together and raising money for people. And again, we just really are sending our love and thoughts to everyone.
Yeah, it was devastating to wake up on Monday morning and see this news, and we just wanted to share our condolences and thoughts and prayers with everyone today before we started the show.
So there's no easy way to transition into all of our trending news, so we're just going to jump in and do it. Today is National Taco Day, and there is not a national food holiday that we don't celebrate at SocialLIVE, whether they're real holidays or not. We're celebrating them. So we headed
Especially when Taco Bell is right around the corner from your office. We really have no excuse.
Courtney has already...
we don't.
Courtney already ate her entire soft taco supreme. She couldn't wait for the episode, which I completely understand.
You know, you want to get it while it's hot.
You do want to get it while it's hot. That is the name of the segment.
And hopefully this is still hot because I have to take a bite. A hard shell taco is my favorite kind of taco.
This is Taco Bell's Hard Taco Supreme. I love the Hard Taco Supreme because it has sour cream in it. And I think sour cream and cheese is the perfect mix. So we hope everyone is celebrating National Taco Day. Celebrate along with us, and don't forget to use your hashtags on Instagram today if you want to get a lot of likes on your photos. All right.
So that's a good taco.
It is a good taco.
I can't believe Taco Bell. I just can't get over this. It's right around the corner, and I don't even remember when I ate this last. It's so good.
Well, I'm glad I reminded you it was National Taco Day, and we had a reason to celebrate. We'll call eating your 500 calories this morning a celebration and not a hardship.
Okay. You got to celebrate all the little moments.
You do.
And I wanted to follow up on our conversation from last Social Live. I actually did start watching, what's that show called? No, I'm blanking on the name. This Is Us.
This Is Us.
Yes. This Is Us. So I watched a few episodes of season 1, started from the beginning this past weekend. I'm in the middle, I think, of episode 4.
Okay. Are you hooked?
I'm not yet hooked.
What's keeping you watching? Because I told you just keep watching, or you see something?
The parallels are really interesting to me. You know, watching them grow up versus seeing where they are now. It's interesting. I just saw that, and I don't know if I should be spoiling it for anyone who isn't watching at all, but
just spoil.
You know, I'm on the episode where Mandy Moore, forget her character's name, she walks in with her husband's best friend, and now they're together. So obviously something happened to the father, and I remember you saying from last week that you find out what actually does happen.
You sort of find out.
That's interesting to me. We'll see what happens.
So you didn't watch the episode last night because you're going in order.
No, I can't do that. That would be weird. I can't do that. You gotta go in order. All
right. So I think you have, how many episodes were in the first season? I think you still have like 5 or 6 more episodes to go before you can get caught up. And I have a feeling you're gonna be able to bang them all out this weekend.
Possibly.
And we'll be caught up next week. You can really talk about what's going on in real time, and you can start live tweeting with the rest of everyone on NBC.
Can't wait for that moment.
I bet, Courtney. Well, let's jump into our trending news. Instagram had another big day yesterday, and I was so excited, Courtney, when Instagram made this update on a Tuesday and not a Wednesday after a show, so we could report this to everyone. Instagram has now launched a feature where you can poll your audience. In order to do this, all you have to do is go to your app and go to your stories, and Kim is going to be showing you a screenshot of what this looks like. When you get to your stories, you go to the section to add a sticker. And that is, Jordan, are you zooming in on this or no? Okay, that's all right. So Kim's going to show screenshots. You go to your sticker. You can ask a question. I was asking our audience yesterday, or my audience, are you going to watch Social Live? I also asked people what I should order at the restaurant. I ordered chicken.
Oh, no, actually, I didn't pick chicken.
No, you did pick ribs.
I picked the other one.
And I saw that you picked ribs because you can see who answers your poll.
I really, really love this update, and the part that I love about it the most is that it's not them copying Snapchat. They did this all on their own, or took it from Twitter, but at least it's not from Snapchat. And something that I want them to do, and maybe this change will come, is make anonymous voting an option. I think that if you want more honest answers from your audience, and if you're asking them tougher questions and not chicken or ribs, then you might want to make it anonymous so that people give you honest answers. I think people will not participate in voting because they'll know what you voted for, and yeah, it might skew the data.
I have a feeling that they will make that option where when you're putting the sticker, you'll be able to select do you want it to be anonymous or not anonymous. But I'll tell you right now, I do like that I know who is choosing, because now I get more insight into who that person really is. I now know you're a rib person and not a chicken person. How would I have known that?
Well, when you go to a restaurant, I always think you should order anything but chicken.
That is a rule. That is a rule.
That's what I always say.
There are certain restaurants, as you know, that are known for fantastic chicken, like the Nomad Hotel.
Yes.
And Hill Country Barbecue.
And Barbudo has
and Hill
great
Country
chicken,
Barbecue.
so.
So there's certain exceptions to that rule, but I do appreciate that. The other thing I was going to mention about the Instagram polls is that this is a really great feature for brands to get more data on what their audience likes. If you're a fashion company and you want to know if you should design a new skirt with a particular pattern, this pattern or that pattern, now you can get direct feedback, and we'll be filming a short clip about this right after this episode, so stay tuned for more info on Instagram stickers. We are giving this feature
big love, and I just want to add, we capitalized on this trend. Our creative team did yesterday with our client fullbeauty.com. They're an e-commerce plus-size clothing company, and we asked them, do you like this outfit or that outfit? And the results were really great.
or that outfit.
Yes, whatever I said, this one or this one, this one or that one, but we capitalized on this capability, and I think we're going to see increased engagement from all of our followers.
And let us know what you guys think. Share with us in the comments below. Have you tried this new feature on Instagram, and will you be trying it? Let us know, and we will follow up next week and see how more brands and businesses have been using this feature.
I have a really fun Snapchat update for you. Snapchat is doing something that's reminding me of Pokemon Go. So what they're doing is they're taking augmented reality into the app, and they are going to be partnering with pop artists like Jeff Koons, and they're going to be putting some of their art in random locations, I think around the country. And what you'll have to do is find out where these locations are, and then go over to those locations and log into your Snapchat app, and then try to find out where this art is. And of course, you're going to want to take a picture and post about it and let all your friends know that you discovered this really cool piece of art that only exists within the app. And they're speculating that you'll find out where these locations are on Snap Maps. So yeah, I like it.
I like it too. I think this is a great way to engage the younger audience who we know loves Pokemon Go. So if they were all on Pokemon Go, now they can bring them over to Snapchat and do some really fun, creative ways to keep people more engaged in Snapchat. So I don't think I'll personally use it, but I can definitely see the younger users enjoying
and
it.
I think, just a marketing application to this would be if brands are looking to target a younger demographic, which most brands are, then hopefully Snapchat will enable them to do scavenger hunts with their audience. So, for example, if you're Coca-Cola, maybe hide Coca-Cola cans throughout the city and get people to find them and, of course, win something.
Yeah.
So that could be pretty cool. We'll see what happens there.
I love it. Good idea, Court. And I was super busy this morning, busy as a bee. That was so cheesy, right? On Bumble.
You
I can't help
cheesy?
myself.
Never.
I'm never cheesy. I was busy on Bumble Biz this morning. So as many of you know, Bumble is a dating app, and I never got to use dating apps because I had already met my husband before all of these swipe left, swipe right apps were started, and now I can basically use Bumble. I was thinking about this morning. My husband was still sleeping because he's off from work today, and I was signing up for Bumble in bed this morning before I got up. I'm like, what if he wakes up and looks over and sees that I'm on Bumble? I would just tell him I signed up for Bumble Biz. It is a networking app just like the dating app, but you can connect with people in business who are looking to make real relationships and network. And so far, in only 2 hours, I've made 8 connections. I've connected with a photographer. I've connected with a potential employee for SocialFly and an editor at a magazine. So I am loving this update. I think this is going to take off. It is the first networking app where you can swipe right or swipe left.
I thought Caitlin had downloaded something similar.
It's different.
How's
That's different? That one is called Shaper.
Shaper. Okay, so it's a
different.
little bit different than Shaper. What I really like about this, as someone who had been on dating apps at one point and has friends who are on the dating apps, it can be really challenging and put a lot of pressure on you to, match with someone, and then it's like, oh, what do we talk about? And this way, if you use the networking option for dating, yeah, under the guise of networking, then you have less pressure and you can meet someone and talk about, different things and things that you're interested in. And there's not a lot of pressure to be going out on a date.
And they're letting
business.
Oh
my gosh, you are just full of puns today.
I know. Well, don't be alarmed if you're still using Bumble for dating. You can have a separate dating profile and a separate business networking profile. They will not intersect, and you still have to swipe first if you're a woman. The woman has to be able to swipe and start the conversation first. So they're still keeping that feature.
I like it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it. Let's see what happens. We will keep you posted, and I'll give you some updates on my business networking next week. I'm going to be busy as a bee, Court.
Busy as a bee. So, yes, you are.
I'm going to hide. I'm embarrassing myself.
Maybe a little bit. So, on LinkedIn, we got a big update for you with the geo filters, and I have been more active than ever on LinkedIn these days because, as you know, we've been actively recruiting, and then LinkedIn launched their video capabilities a few weeks ago, which is a feature that I love. And now they're adding a new capability, which is a page out of Snapchat's book. Now, at events, you can add a geo filter to your event, and that will encourage people to take videos at your event and share them to their LinkedIn audience. And they're going to be making their debut of this feature.
Sorry, there's a SocialFly
celebration conference this week, but the company says it plans to make them available to more events in the future. I really like this, and I like seeing LinkedIn, add more capabilities to the platform to get people to use it more, especially younger users. This is a capability that younger users will just love.
Yep, and as we know, video content does very, very well on all platforms, specifically on LinkedIn.
So you might see a video from us later today.
Odds are high. We need our magic 8 ball back here. We got to bring that back in. And now we're so excited to introduce to you our special guest today, Iman Oubou. She is the founder of SWAAY. SWAAY is an editorial platform for business-minded women and serves as an innovative example of what female-focused media should embody: intellect, influence, and a powerful visual of femininity. Iman was crowned Miss New York in 2015, amazing, congratulations, and also holds a master's degree in biomedical engineering and a bachelor's degree in biochemistry and molecular biology. You are beyond impressive.
I always like to say beauty and brains.
You have it all. Welcome to SocialLIVE. Thank you so much for being here today.
So excited to finally do this.
Yes, I know. We've been planning this for
I just
a
have
few
to
months.
say, I learned so much about social media from you too. I thought I knew social media before because of, just Instagramming and here and there, but listening to you talking, I'm like, wait, LinkedIn now does this, Snapchat does have this. It's amazing. So just thank you for all the information that you shared.
That was one of the main reasons why we started this show, because social media is changing every day, and I think most people don't even realize all the new things that you can do every single day. So that was our reason for starting it, and it's really helpful for us to hear that it's adding value to your life.
Especially for entrepreneurial women.
Yes. And then actually, just before we get in our interview, I just want to share with everyone that if you share this episode, as always, you'll be entered to win dibs on SWAAY's new T-shirts, right?
Which you're going to tell everyone about.
So share.
Tell us what the new T-shirts are all about.
So we have a few designs that we're working on in partnership with Women's Touch Apparel, which is a women empowerment brand. And the other ones are the Sway the Narrative campaign T-shirts. It's the hashtag Sway the Narrative, which is basically about challenging the female stereotypes and challenging negative limitations that are put on women when pursuing their careers.
Wow. And when will these T-shirts come out?
In November.
In November, so
for
soon.
our 1 year anniversary, so you'll all celebrate with us.
Well, congratulations
Awesome.
on being here.
Thank you.
So you have so many incredible passions and titles in life. What careers spanning across multiple industries? So tell us, how did your career get started?
So my first job was it was an internship turned a job, was a research scientist at a biotech company in Boulder, Colorado, doing cancer research, specifically melanoma and carcinoma type of cancers. And my job was to have the preclinical and clinical studies for the new technology and treatment for those specific types of cancers.
Wow. And how did that evolve into what you're now doing today?
I took a few different turns. I mean, now I'm in media, which is completely different, but I think the common theme between everything I've done so far in terms of my career is, problem solving and impact. So anything that really has those two traits in it, I'm all on board. My first job in New York, however, was PR, which was completely different from what I'm doing now and what I did before. And I think that's when I discovered my personality really is important for what kind of career I pick. And that goes back to pageantry. So pageantry really taught me a lot about self-awareness and helped me develop this clear perception of what my personality's strengths, weaknesses are. And that's ultimately what made me really have the confidence to switch to careers.
Wow.
And I would say you have such a strong and beautiful message of women empowerment. So what advice do you have for other young women entrepreneurs?
I have so much, but I think the biggest one for me is don't trick yourself into thinking other people's opinion matter, especially that don't know you and don't value you. So whatever people say about you doesn't define you, and you just have to kind of cancel the background noise and keep going, because everyone that you meet will have an opinion about what you deserve to be or what you deserve to do. And you cannot let that distract you from the big vision and the big picture.
And you also have a podcast that's focused on female empowerment. What would you say has been the hardest part for you of being a female founder, and what has been the best part about it?
I think for the hardest part is just, I think access to mentorship and guidance, and that goes back to me launching my very first business in graduate school when I was still in Colorado, which sometimes I say it failed horribly, but then now looking back at it, I don't think it really failed. I just kind of walked away from it because I didn't think that I had the right partner. I didn't think that I knew what I was doing. I just didn't have any guidance. And I think that ultimately was the reason why I started the podcast. And I was like, I'm not going to wait to go to events to network. I'm just going to start a media platform, at the time, podcast, audio-based because I don't like being on camera. And then I will just reach out to women and interview them in a way that's just conversational. And one, give them a platform to share their stories. And two, for selfish reasons, that's a way for me to actually connect with women that I wouldn't have otherwise been exposed to. And so the podcast really was my second master's degree in a way, like my business degree, because I exposed myself to so many amazing, successful women that really taught me a lot just by talking to them. And it's better to say, hey, can I pick your brain over coffee? It's instead, hey, can we have a conversation on a podcast? And then in turn, I'll be sharing that and your story with other women across the world.
I love it. That is so smart.
And how have you seen social media impact the media industry?
I have a love and hate relationship with social media. I think I've gotten to a point where I tell this to everyone that I'm in. If I could just get off every social media platform today, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I think when you're running also a business, there are so many things that you have to do throughout your day. And the last thing that I think is like posting on my personal one. Of course, my business social media is very important because that's really how we grow and connect with our audience, given we're a media platform. But in terms of my personal social media, I think it played a big and massive role in building up my network and reaching out to people, meeting new people. Most of the guests I've started off with on the podcast were through Twitter. And Twitter has been very, very helpful in terms of being discovered as a thought leader in this space, and then also as connecting with like-minded women that would really be great guests on the podcast, that would be great content for our media platform and whatnot. I use Twitter a lot and Instagram, not so much LinkedIn, which is weird.
Now you're going to be making some videos today. We'll have to make a video.
But I'm trying to learn more about LinkedIn. For me, LinkedIn was a way to find jobs way back then when I was looking for jobs. But now that I started my own company, I feel like I should be using it more. But I just don't feel that connection just yet, which is interesting because it's the career platform.
And I think a lot of the content on SWAAY would actually be great content to share on LinkedIn that people would be excited about and want to read. And it could be a great driver of traffic.
Right, definitely.
And can you tell our audience more about SWAAY, what it is, where they can follow you, what they'll be reading about? Yeah.
So SWAAY is a Vogue meets Forbes. That's a way we describe it to just make kind of things simple. But it's a online media platform for women creating their own narratives and their empires. We started off saying, it's more entrepreneurial women, but I think we've kind of expanded and started covering women across different industries, even sports, politics, Hollywood. Any woman that is really out there challenging the status quo and making it happen for herself, that's what SWAAY focuses on. So the goal for it initially was to create a media platform that really didn't focus so much on the fluff and the shallow type of content where it's always physical appearance based, like sex tips and weight loss, which is what most female forward media companies focus on the most. And we wanted to basically create a very smart, substantive publication for women, but make it look aesthetically appealing, because when you look at Forbes and Inc. and Fast Company, their content is great. I don't think they do a great job connecting with me as a woman from a design and presentation perspective, and I think as women that's important for us. We're very visual, and that's why we kind of gravitate towards the Vogues and Elle magazines of the world versus Forbes, because it still looks very male dominated, and it initially started off for the white male executive. So the idea is to just redefine what a female forward media platform should look like in nowadays, 2017.
Well, I love it, and congrats on all of your success and on 1 year launching SWAAY and so many more years to come. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Where can everyone follow you, find you? So personally, everything is at Iman Oubou, IMANOUBOU, and for SWAAY, it's at SWAAY Media, at SWAAY, 2 A's Media. And we will be posting that in the comments so everyone can follow SWAAY and follow Iman. And don't forget to share the episode today for your chance to win first pick at the T-shirts that will be launched in November. So start sharing away. Follow SWAAY. We will be back next week celebrating Courtney's 30th birthday. I know you wanted me to avoid that, but it is true.
I answered with my 30s.
Yes. Next week, she will be 30. I will not be here. You will be joined by a guest co-host.
Yes.
I'm not sure who it is yet, but it was going to be someone great.
If you have any ideas, share them in the comments below.
And we will...
Justin Timberlake.
Let's get Justin Timberlake on SocialLIVE for Courtney's birthday. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and thanks, Iman, for being here. And we'll see everyone next week. Bye, guys.